Since I started at Central Minnesota Habitat for Humanity, one of the biggest changes in the Family Services Department is having a harder time finding qualified families, mostly due to debt.
They come to us with so many challenges and so many things that some they know about, some they don't know about. And we go through an application process, and very often we meet some excellent people who are that close to qualifying, if we could just get them to take some additional steps.
One of the things that we've done to address this issue is create our Habitat Helps program. We developed this program in 2011, and Vista that I had at the time working with me, and I just did some research, contacted other affiliates to see what they were doing to try to find more qualified families and how to deal with some of these same issues. And after, contacting other affiliates and looking on my Habitat, we were able to kind of take bits and pieces and develop the program that we have now, which works with families that income qualify but have just a little bit too much debt to make us comfortable proceeding with their application. So we essentially put their application on hold and work with them from 3 to 6 months on an action plan to take care of some of the things that we're not comfortable with. Sometimes it's paying off debts, sometimes it's just monitoring them being able to pay their bills on time, maybe establishing a budget and sticking to it, watching for those spending leaks that are preventing them from paying their bills. And then we re-evaluate their application once that time is up and see if they've done the things that we've asked them to, and then decide if they should move forward, extend another 3 months, or deny them from the program. We found by taking this extra time and this extra step at this point saves us so much more time in delinquency prevention down the road.
Angie did the research and had the creativity and the flexibility and the foresight to create a program that actually helps folks get up just past that one last hurdle so that they actually do qualify. And the folks that have gone through the program and are now in homes just speaks volumes for how well thought out the program is and how well it works.
Since we started the program in 2011, we have had 16 families come through the program, however did not move on in the process due to not completing the action plans required. We have 2 families that are currently in the program that are working towards the requirements that we've set forward with them, and then we have the 2 families that are now homeowners.
Habitat for Humanity of Douglas County's Board of Directors wanted to add critical repair to our program, and we also want to continue our construction program at the same time, building new construction. And I guess what made it successful was that we had planned it out. It was in our strategic plan. We recruited volunteers to help with critical home repair or the repair program, so we had a dedicated group of volunteers to work in that, and then also the new housing program as well. The decision that led us to hiring a full-time construction manager here in Douglas County was based on our strategic plan. We had developed our house production, how many families we wanted to serve for 3 years, and we knew that in order to reach that capacity, we needed to expand our resources, and we had the families in place, and the opportunity presented itself to hire a full-time construction manager. And because it was in our strategic plan, we had done a lot of research. Our site supervisors said that we really needed to have that continuity day to day. And so the people are serving as crew leaders and site supervisors, and now we have a dedicated construction manager who will be working with our new housing program and also the repair program.
For our repairs projects, everyone's really coming together. This is something that we want to expand to. So Lori's really passionate about making sure that we have more families that are being served in our county, and one of the ways that we can do that is through repairs projects. So she's been making sure that we have the correct people on staff and volunteers to go out there and review what other affiliates are doing and around the country to make sure that we do it right before we start.
We're celebrating 17 years this year, and we have grown, and one of our founders, it was his dream to open up a restore, and so it's really nice to see that come to fruition. Our team is of staff, volunteers, the board of directors very passionate about our mission. We're very mission driven, and we recently developed a team charter, team vision, and team values, and I think that has helped us work as a group. And we're just excited to grow and serve more families here in Douglas County.
The exciting thing for us at Vision 2020 was, as we were coming along with this idea to do a housing improvement program, Habitat for Humanity was able to expand their staff and add their first executive director and also a Vista, and they have been instrumental in getting this project off the ground and taking it to the next level. And so we're very excited, and we're very happy that the affiliate made the decision to go ahead and move to a full-time staff person. We think that Bridget was a very good investment.
Now we are much more proactive. We have somebody that can keep things focused full-time. So the board is, we meet and go, but we're not here every day. So she's here making sure that all these different things that we have in our plans are working.
I feel today we're in a much different place. We have active committees. We have the hopes of building 2 houses in 2014. We have very active community partnerships, and I just feel that it's our affiliate is going in a really great direction now.
As far as what has changed, the whole gamut of strategy has expanded because we have that focal point now. Rather than a bunch of different board members all taking a little piece, we have somebody that leads the mission, prioritization, and goes forward. We're back to building. We're studying hard on the Brush with Kindness. We've adopted that strategy, which is much more small, bite-sized pieces, but it does affect how everything flows. And without that coordination, it would have been very, very difficult to implement that. With that comes a new dynamic of partnering with your communities.
Our partnerships in the community were huge. So in Austin, we partnered with an initiative called CHIP, Community Home Improvement Program, and that just bumped us from here to here as far as we received tons of media attention around it, and I think that really secured us our image as being a solid organization that can be trusted. And I think that had kind of been fading. So I think CHIP really helped us to reestablish ourselves. We did secure some funding, so we are in the process of recruiting a community coordinator full-time, which is just huge. And I think that once we get that person in place, we're going to go even further.
have a change in directorship or a merging of affiliates, things like that, a place where you're building new foundations where the folks that were there and for the hard times and stuff kind of drop off. And so you start out with the recruiting process of, do they have a pulse? Unfortunately, you know, we had some ups and downs, some comings and goings, but eventually reestablished a core group of board members. And I was looking for, you know, the usual folks with different skill sets, the architect, the lawyer, the doctor, the candlestick maker, all of that. But also, more importantly, folks that have previous connection to Habitat. Say, for instance, they've ridden the Habitat 500 for years.
When I was recruited to be part of the board, I had sent an email before Daryl had even been hired, kind of outlining what I was going to be doing for the Habitat 500 and trying to get some sort of affiliate support. And that was at least 6 months before he was hired. And a few months after Daryl was hired, I got a phone call from him. He had actually gone through months and months and months of emails from the previous executive director and had found this email I had sent long ago and decided to say, okay, is he still someone who wants to be involved with Habitat? And if so, we need to make sure to bring him on board. You know, Daryl put together a plan for Habitat that really focused on what we can do first, making sure that we're not overreaching our capacity. So our focus when I first came on, and this actually took a little getting used to for someone who's so accustomed to the traditional model of Habitat being new builds. We didn't have the capacity to do new builds when I came on to the board. So what we were focusing on was Brush of Kindness projects. And that was a really important thing because it helped us start driving, you know, new volunteers. It gave them something to do where we otherwise would have had to turn them away.
To rebuild the affiliate and then set it up for growth for the future. You know, Restore was obviously going to be a part of that for the revenue generating aspects alone, but also as a way to have that community presence, increase that community presence, and have it be on an ongoing weekly basis, whether you have a build project going on or not. You always have the store open.
We had students from the University of Wisconsin-Superior put together a business plan for the Restore. We had a Restore committee that put together even more plans and it further solidified the business plan that the students put together and then brought that to our board of directors. So it was all driven by volunteers and obviously a lot of involvement from Daryl still, but it was important to make sure that we were putting that support in place for him.
Habitat, you know, our broad and overall mission is safe, decent housing for everyone, but that can take a lot of different ways to play out in the community. And you want to make sure that your solutions and your programs are what the community wants.